When we're considering a proposed mechanism, we need to make sure that the mechanism is acceptable in terms of, one, it must sum to the overall reaction, the elementary steps must be reasonable, and it must be consistent with the observed rate law. When we look at this proposed mechanism, we want to, number one, make sure that the two steps sum to this overall reaction and that it's consistent with the observed rate law. Considering this proposed mechanism, what we're being asked to do is to consider how these translate to an overall expected rate law. First, let's make sure that these sum to the overall reaction. Looking at the proposed mechanism, we see that hydrogen peroxide is produced in one step and then consumed in a subsequent step. So that makes hydrogen peroxide an intermediate in this reaction. And since it's produced and then consumed, it does not appear in the overall rate law. And if we sum these, we do get 2NO reacting with 2 H2s to give us N2 and 2 waters. So yes, the elementary steps do sum to the overall reaction. Now when we consider the mechanism, we want to determine which of these is the rate determining step, and that would be the slowest step. Okay, so this step here is the slowest, and it's the rate determining step. The expectation is that as soon as this step is accomplished, these products immediately go on to form our overall products. So our expected rate law from the mechanism can be based solely on step number 1, and that the rate is going to be equal to K times the concentration of NO squared multiplied by the H2 concentration.